Fellas, AC here. Welcome to another video. It's that time of the year. So, Valentine's Day coming up, and I thought I'll do a video on the most romantic fragrances. I know the times are different. I know that most of you guys won't be able to go out with your date. Your wife, your girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend, whoever. But I'm sure that all of you guys who watch this video sometimes have the urge to know about very nice, romantic or cozy, warm fragrances. Now, whenever I say romantic, cozy and warm, the notes that come to mind are rose, amber, vanilla, chocolate, coffee, that sort of note. So I've got a good list here, and I also have a mixed list. I'm doing this video for people who can afford fragrances which are at the bottom of the rung, that is budget fragrances. I've also got fragrances right at the top. So let's enjoy. And before I do this video, I just want to say this. I wanted to do a separate video, but I think this video will get more views, hence I'm saying this here. A couple of days ago, last night rather, we learned that Carlos from Brooklyn Fragrance Lover sadly passed away. And you know, he's a pillar. He was a pillar of the Fragcom. So you know, there was a little bit of sadness in me, and I'm sure you guys are also there in that emotion with me. I just hope that he rests in peace, and his contribution to the Fragcom will never be forgotten. He's one of the old school guys, you know. I've watched so many reviews from him. It's just brilliant way of reviewing. A very warm kind of a person, very nice. Never spoke to him, never interacted with him, but the image that I get from his videos were amazing. So it was very sad kind of a day, and I just wanted to mention him because there's a place that he'll leave, and that place will be empty for a long time. You know, these sort of people are very hard to replace. So he's a stalwart. He'll always remain a stalwart. So Carlos, my brother, rest in peace. My thoughts are with you. So that was a bit, yeah, that was like a punch on the face, you know, out of nowhere. So anyways, let's get back to this video, because I just want to lighten the mood up. I know you all are feeling the same, and I want to give you something that will cheer you up. So, romantic fragrances. I'll start the list with a budget fragrance. It's a recent discovery, and I think this is a fragrance that I would like to hype. And I think a lot of people have bought this fragrance after my video, and they've come back and told me that it's a stunning fragrance. It is by Lattafa. It's a budget fragrance. It's called Ameer Al Intense Oud. Now this one, I've reviewed it, so I wouldn't go through the whole thing, but it's a very nice, thick, cozy, sweet fragrance, which starts off very sweet, but the sweetness reduces and becomes a very nice vanilla tobacco fragrance in the same region as Herod. Herod's dry down is what I was reminded of when this thing dried down. So, excuse me, my throat's a bit dry. So this is a very cozy and warm fragrance. So if you're going on a first date, and if you're lucky enough to go on a first date, I'd go one spray here, one on my shirt. That's it. It's a very strong fragrance. Don't go four. Four will be too much, unless you're going clubbing. If you're going on a date, two is good enough. Very nice. Try this. Doesn't cost a lot of money. Lattafas don't smell cheap. Very nice fragrance. Next on my list is again a budget fragrance. This fragrance uses notes which are uncommon, yeah, but the whole effect is amazing. This fragrance, I've done a full review of this one as well. It's a Boucheron, and it's called Jaipur Boucheron EDP. This is more suitable for people in a slightly older age group, 40 plus. This fragrance uses the note of cinnamon, and it's a beautiful creation for such a little amount of money. This fragrance is an outstanding offering. It's lemony, it's woody, it's slightly dry, and very aromatic, slightly old school. So it has a note of carnation which can come across slightly old school, has a fabric or a texture of suede or leather, and it's a very warm, amicable, friendly, approachable, smiley, happy kind of a fragrance. That's what you want, you know. And if your girlfriend knows you, or if your wife knows you, I think this will be a fragrance, very good fragrance for second date, or you know, if you're going out with your wife, that sort of thing. Fantastic fragrance, slightly mature. So next on my list is a fragrance which is seriously underrated. It's one of the finest vanilla fragrances you can buy in the budget range or in the designer range, and it's a Guerlain. It's a beautiful fragrance. Guerlain IDEAl EDP. I sometimes forget how nice this fragrance is. This is a stunning fragrance for first date or regular date or taking your wife out, that sort of thing. Even at home, this is a snuggle up, cozy fragrance. It's basically centered around almonds, vanilla, cherry, that sort of thing. And nobody does vanilla like Guerlain. You can check the full review out. It's one of my very early reviews, so you'll have to put up with poor audio quality and not so good video quality. But I've done a full review, proper review. Check it out. This is sort of a hidden gem. Not a lot of talk about this fragrance when it comes to romantic, cozy, just amazing fragrance. Really, really good. IDEAl EDP. So, next on my list is a designer, which is basically a niche quality fragrance. It's a Cartier, and Cartier does that. They make fragrances which are niche quality. It is Cartier Declaration Parfum. Now, when it comes to Declaration, some people have a reservation because this fragrance, I like this fragrance so much that I have to spray. Oh, a full review coming up soon. So this fragrance has bitter orange, so it's orangey, and cardamom, lots of cardamom. It's very thick and syrupy, so not too many sprays, 2 maximum. It's warm, spicy, orangey, and very aromatic, slightly oriental style. Excellent fragrance. Very sweet as well. It gets very sweet, so if you go more than 2 sprays, I think you'll choke your date out. So 2 sprays should be good enough. Excellent, very, very sexy. Cartier Declaration, extremely potent juice, so wear it with caution, but very impressive and very high quality. There's a note of cumin, so if your skin turns cumin into something unbearable, then you might want to test this out. Next on my list. Now this one is a Chanel. Excuse me. Chanel Egoiste. Chanel Egoiste is one of the most recognizable masculine fragrances because it combines cinnamon like Jaipur with sandalwood. It's very floral, woody, aromatic, very distinguished, very well established kind of a fragrance. So if you're in your 40s, this would be an ideal fragrance if you're going out for the first time. Yeah, first date, you want to leave an impression of a very sincere, polite, classy kind of a man with a golden heart, that sort of thing, you know. Egoiste will not let you down. If you're a youngster, this might come across as a slightly dated, just a bit. But it may not be suitable to you if you're a 20-year-old. But you can still try it and see if it works in your skin. There's a slightly old wood cabinet smell, which you'll get used to with time. 5 done, 5 to come. Next one on my list is a versatile fragrance. It's one of those romantic fragrances that I recommend people without any hesitation. Dior Homme Intense. This is the old version. The newer version is even nicer, even more wearable. This whole DNA of lipsticky iris with leather is magical, you know. And there's this note of ambrette. Ambrette is basically a replacement for musk, and it smells or behaves like a warm human skin, like a warm embrace. Excuse me. And that's the whole reason I really recommend this to everybody. So if you're a 20-year-old, no problem. 60-year-old, no problem. Very huggable, approachable, likable, sexy, yeah, handsome. Those are the words that come to mind. You will really, really impress if you go with Dior Homme Intense. Don't go too heavy, because this thing can turn into a little bit of a girly scent if you go 4 or 5 sprays. 1 or 2, no problem. Best place to wear it, on your shirt. Next on my list is a suave and sexy and slightly mysterious kind of scent. I've done a full review of these two. This one is a Dior, again, and it's a Dior Sauvage. Now, Dior Sauvage Parfum, I'm sorry. So, this whole thing, the Sauvage thing, is based on Ambroxan. And Ambroxan is very attractive to women. That's the whole reason the blue scents are so popular with youngsters. This one is a blue scent for slightly grown-up people. So I'd say 30 plus. It uses a fantastic note of Sri Lankan sandalwood. And sandalwood, like I said, Egoiste, sandalwood has this very elegant aura about itself. It uses a note of olibanum as well. Olibanum gives the fragrance a beautiful masculine depth. So it's a very sort of a sincere, stylish, modern, deep kind of a fragrance. So if you want to portray that sort of an image, Sauvage Parfum is unbeatable. It's absolutely beautiful. Just like Cartier, just like Egoiste, just like Dior. This Cartier is amazing. I have to do a full review soon. So, Sauvage Parfum. Again, done a full review. I think the only fragrance in this lineup till now that I have not done a full review of is the Cartier Declaration, which I will remedy soon. So 7 gone, 3 to come. Next one is a absolutely amazing fragrance. Done a full review. Doesn't get a lot of talk. It's a niche. And this fragrance is basically very regal, princely kind of a fragrance. It's 1725 Casanova. So this whole thing is called Casanova, but doesn't behave like a Casanova would. It's very regal, very stylish. It's a lavender-based fragrance, and lavender and vanilla is a deadly combination. Think La Malle, the original Playboy scent. So this one is lavender with vanilla and bitter almond. There are many other notes, and this fragrance is so amazing in its presence. The performance is not very good, so 6 hours max. So if your date program is for 2 hours, you will really not struggle at all. It smells expensive, regal, princely, approachable, very stylish, grounded, that sort of thing, you know, very, very stylish. Excellent fragrance. So if you plan to wear something formal, go with 1725 Casanova. You can't fail with Casanova. So, last 2 fragrances are fragrances which I haven't reviewed yet. And both are niche and both are absolutely top notch. Let's start with a fragrance which is centered around rose. And rose is ideal for a romantic situation. Again, an Amouage which doesn't get a lot of talk nowadays. It's Lyric Man. This one is centered around a damp dark rose. My God, this is amazing. This is very rich, thick, dark. So wear it with caution. You know, 1 or 2 sprays is maximum. If you live in a hot country, maybe 3. But if you live in a cold country, go with 2 sprays and see the magic that unfolds. This is a fragrance with gravity, romantic obviously, gravity, style, very warm, very approachable, but gravity. This is something that I would wear if I'm a high achiever and I'm going for a date and my date knows that I'm a high achiever. That sort of thing. It has this personality about itself. So 30 plus age group, very, very strong presence, superb, performance, superb scent profile, regal, If you're taking your date out to a 5-star hotel, fabled kind of a restaurant, I'll put this on. Really, really classy. So that's Amouage Gold. Last one on the list is exactly the same level as Lyric. It's a rose-centric fragrance, but it's very approachable and anybody can wear this. And it's also not as serious as Lyric. Yeah, it is Dior's Ambre Nuit. Now, Ambre Nuit is around rose, but vibrant rose, not dark. And ambergris. And the ambergris here smells like the real deal. Yeah, absolutely fantastic ambergris. So it's very warm. Ambergris is supposed to be warm, welcoming, very attractive to the opposite sex. Rose, which is vibrant, and obviously rose is connected to a romantic sort of a setting. So very romantic, very modern, yet extremely approachable and very attractive. Amazing, amazing fragrance. Number 1 on the list. This was not a countdown. So just to give you 10 great ideas and just to cheer you up and cheer myself up. Hope you enjoyed the review, fellas. Take care. Bye-bye.